Nice. That's huge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah, I think so. We're on new patch, right? I mean, I mean, the strategy is already hard. I mean, it's not hard, but there's nuances to it. You can't just do the default board and always expect good results because if you miss one of these things and you don't stabilize on eight, you probably go like it's not a comp where if you do bad, you'll go like fifth. You go straight eighth. There's no middle ground. Uh, I, I don't think it got nerfed that hard. Like I'm looking at the notes. We I see. It's fine. We can okay, last coaching we just did a generic coaching where you just play on yeah, plus units like Zed, Akali. You can use this Heartsteel line along with those units as well. Like let's say you miss Ezreal. It's totally fine. You can still play Heartsteel, but you can play around a chosen that you hit. So what I like to say is in the Heartsteel line, there's like four units you have to keep your eye out for. Obviously Zed and Ezreal. Yeah, let's go there. Team builder. Okay. Zed. Yeah. Okay. Uh, he's not completely wrong. The problem is he's coaching you in a way that is I can already tell this guy is not that high because this is too rigid. Like if you play TFT like this and you miss on in even one of these units, you probably go bot four. Like you can't play like this. Yes, this is the ideal scenario. Like you just hit all of these. Great. One of the chosen also. But what if you don't? What if you stuck there losing 40 HP, roll it to zero, stuck on eight? So what you usually do is it depends on what you hit. So if you have Ezreal pair and Zed or Zed pair, and then you get a Ezreal chosen, you might even not pick up the Ezreal chosen because you already have Ezreal pair. Instead, you'll gravitate more towards Poppy chosen or Zac chosen. Does it make sense? It's risky. Like let's say on your first roll, you hit a Zac chosen. You have no Ezreals, no Zeds. It's kind of risky to take this Zac because now you can't guarantee a stable spike. Because Zac one is if you have three tank items, Zac one will do his job. Zac chosen is a luxury if you already have some backline, some other secondary carry, like or like you have the units. But if you're like really low on econ, like you're coming towards like 10 gold, then you might consider taking the Zac because it's better to have some unit going into 4-2. And then you can sell Zac off. You could consider selling Zac off on neutrals. Or like let's say you bought the Zac and you played your Ezreal 1, Z1, and you made it to neutrals. Yeah, and on neutrals, you'll probably have 30 gold saved up because you didn't roll to zero every round. on that round, you could consider resetting the Zap and trying to go for a better headliner. Or if you're Ezreal pad, there's a high chance you might hit Ezreal 2 without even needing a chosen. So you can keep Zac then. It all depends on your spot. And yeah. I mean, also the Kiana thing is cute, but like if you're playing Kiana, you can drop Yone and run like fucking another Heartsteel, first of all. But Jazz is a lot of value, and it's awkward to fit in Kiana. Plus, she doesn't have true damage. If you want to build the okay, yes, this will get you there, but it'll require a lot of fundamentals and skills because Heartsteel is not a comp where you can go into when you're low HP. It doesn't matter if you have Heartsteel early on. What matters is at stage 4, you have some HP to sack so you can win and lose some rounds. Because the way Heartsteel works is it scales depending on the round. The number of hearts you get increases the longer the game goes. So stage 4, you get. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's fine to lose streak as long as you're killing stuff. If you have early Heartsteel, it's fine to lose streak. But unless you raise the stakes and commit to a big cash out by stage 4, it's usually bad to lose. Because what you want to do, think of this. Heartsteel is a way to get 9. So you build a board that can kill some units. You have an upgraded Ezreal or Zed with triple items. You have frontline. You can get stuff done, but you're not looking to win every round. Instead, you're looking to build your econ while getting Heartsteel cash outs. So on 5-5 or 5-2, depending on econ, you can go 9 and then peer out of Heartsteel with all the extra resources you gain from Heartsteel going 9. Because chances are, if you keep Heartsteel in stage 4 and 5 for like two cash outs or 3, you probably get a free TG, maybe 3 components, maybe like 20 gold. Because if you lose at least one round and win the rest, you get a decent cash out, like 100 plus. It's still worth it. Yeah, for sure. It's risky. Like you probably saw it when you lose streak and have Heartsteel in, the amount of gold or like the hearts you get is like pitiful, right? You'll probably get three costs dropped or like maybe a component. You probably never saw a TG because they nerf the cash outs, early cash outs, and the hearts you get for killing stuff. So this, I would say always, if you could, win streak with Heartsteel. Like even though you have Heartsteel in, try to win streak. Then you'll get like an additional 5 or 6 gold from just Heartsteel. But you can also play for stage 4. And all the extra HP is like a buffer for you to go 9. Because this comp really needs that extra slot and the chance to hit Lucian 2, Yorick 2, like, or Illaoi 2, depending on what you hit. Like, the access to 5 cost is a really big deal for this comp. Yeah. Big mistake. You should never pick up this Posset. Annie is kind of a bait because first of all, you sold the Echo, which is like if you're picking up Annie, you shouldn't probably sell that. Uh, Second of all, Annie without mana items doesn't even kill stuff. So unless you get a Shojin opener or a blue buff opener, I wouldn't even consider. Like if you really want to say I'm playing around Annie, I would even wait till you fight the neutrals, pick up your items real quick, and decide whether you get it here or like a Nashor's or maybe something like that. Like something that leans towards slammable items in the early game that helps Annie kill stuff. Unless I wouldn't even bother with it. Instead, I would keep the Echo and buy the Olaf. Also, you can play 2 sleep units. and still buy Annie, right? Like later during the round, you can't. You don't have to. Like, see, now you have Sunfire. If you have a Tomkin chosen or Olaf chosen, this Sunfire would just be enough. I mean, I'm not saying you should slam Sunfire. You should probably wait for it. But if you get a chosen that has like good early game potential, you could slam the Sunfire and play for Shriek. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, alternatively, you don't even have to slam Sunfire, but buying this Annie kind of grieves your econ, so you can't make 10 on 2-2. So, okay. But then, okay, now you got Even Shroud. That's a way better slam than Sunfire. In theory, your argument is good, but the problem is Blood Money is not that strong in my opinion. I mean, if you can get use of switching gears, I think switching gears is broken right now because of the change they did. They increased the gold, but you have to use it well. But if you can't use it, I would say roll 1-2. Consider taking cutting corners unless you get something better. But Blood Money, in theory, it's good, but I think it's too weak. Stimpack is also good. Then your lose streak strategy makes more sense now. Now you have like reason to lose, but still you shouldn't lose like every fucking round. Like, I mean, you should lose every round, but you should at least kill 2 units. Okay. Like, honestly, okay, it's fine. It's fine. If this wasn't set, like making 10 here would be nice, but set is kind of good. Yeah. Also, you could have considered playing set. You could have considered, like, even though you have Stimpack in TFT, if you could win streak, you should always try to win streak. It's just way better because you get a goal for winning a round, and you get you have more HP. You probably, yeah. Also, the Annie spell is nice, but I think Emo is way better for Annie. Yeah, now you can easily get into Heartsteel. Hopefully you make 10. Nice. Use E. When you sell units, use E. Oh, okay, here you should always make 10. I mean, you shouldn't always. It's faster, but if you can make it a habit, okay, nice, you made 10. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Oh, I would have considered not slamming it at all. Try to, like, maybe grief him. Because he lost a round and he has switching gears. Now he wants to. Okay, he wants to win. Oh, you would have won. You would have. Okay, nice. I thought you would win with this Demon Shroud. I'm surprised you lost. Mm. Yeah. I think you're pretty weak. So, do you see the X next to the opponents? There's an X. That's who you will fight. Yeah, so you don't have to scout the other guy. Yeah, you should scout the two. Yeah, scout the other guy also, like this the Zandark direct or someone like that guy. You should also scout him because he's also pretty weak. It's good. It's good. It's good, but unless you know how to, it's yeah, because most of the time Heartstale relies on that one round on 4-2 and how fast you transition out. Uh, of your shit board to a decent board. Like essentially, how fast you stabilize from the board you had loose rigging, is how good you'll be a Hearthstone player. Oh, Spat is interesting because you can still play. Okay, you're playing Hearthstone, so it's irrelevant. But you could play Pentakill for sure. Unless you had the crit on Yone, I think Bo is better. Oh, yeah, Bo is for sure better because if you get crit, think about it. What would you slam? That's just IE, right? Like you're not slamming steadfast. Yeah, yeah. The Yone is good. The Yone is that's the only good thing about this pickup. But on average, you need at least 2 bows because you need red buff. Also, if you wanna, you can trap. You can trap a unit on the other side. So if you have Cassante on the right corner and 2 range units on either side of him, he would be trapped in that corner for the entire fight until Jinx and Aphelios dies. I mean, this is nice what you're doing, like, but I think for this lobby uh, specifically, it might be too excessive. Like these guys are not that strong, so you probably could have killed one more. Okay. Okay, then you should trap the Cassante for sure. Also, you could consider grabbing this Cassante and play. Oh, for sure, you grab this Cassante, so you can play this Cassante instead of the Cassante with items. Like you can bench the Cassante with items. Like for sure, grab this Cassante if you're in this spot again, because now you don't have replacement Cassante, and if you go into that, okay, nice, you found him again. You should probably grab him and play that Cassante instead of this Cassante, just so he doesn't have an item on him. Is that the guy? Is Zan Dark? I mean, he's pretty strong. Yeah. Nah. I think not picking up it is fine. I think picking you should pick it up here, right? Okay, now that's good. And you should probably preload this because you going into next round. Like selling the Yone is kind of risky because what if you hit a Heartsteel Chosen, like a Heartsteel Aphelios, Heartsteel Cassante? Now you don't have the Yone for 5 Heartsteel, and you don't want to roll. Oh, well. Here is it's interesting. If you no cashing out is fine. Okay, I mean in hindsight it's yeah, I mean yeah, it's unfortunate. You should probably scout. I mean position because you can't lose this. Okay. I mean this is RNG now, but if the okay, that's good. It worked out because all the 3 units are focusing one. If the Cassandra was not on the other guy, you might have lost this. Oh god, you could have easily lost this, by the way. Oh, oh god, no. Okay, pause. Urgot is your biggest friend in Hearthstone. Like Urgot is like maybe Urgot is the reason why Hearthstone is a comp because he stabilized you so much. He's that one guy like will kill the units even though your board is shit. So anytime you see Urgot, get it because he's yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. See Urgot, buy it. Yeah. Also, hopefully you grab this. Hopefully you grab this Cassante, please. Oh, okay. Okay, pause again. I think you're valuing econ a bit too much. Sometimes if making econ is selling your future +1 or like future in for your comp, if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't make econ. Because the econ you gain is way less than the econ it takes for you to find that same unit. For example, the Yone right now, if you want a Yone on demand, you probably have rolled 20 gold on average. You might be lucky and find it in 2 gold, but having a Yone gives you more flexibility in your decision making. Grabbing that Cassante also gives you more flexibility, but you should also realize 3-1, 3-2 is the stage where the lose streakers start to spike. Because if they lose streak stage 2, they 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 are either playing a reroll comp, so they're like holding 1 cost and saving econ, or they're playing a two cost reroll comp like Seraphine or Senna. So they're probably waiting till 3-2 to spike. So you should also anticipate the spike and grab the Cassante. So you have some frontline, and now you have Jinx. So you don't have, like, if you think you're being too strong, you don't have to slam the items. Just grab the units and decide. Yeah. Oh, I mean that's pretty greedy, because for that means you're gonna roll on 6, and if you're playing Heartsteel, you can't roll on 6. You can't afford, because if you roll on 6, and you can't afford to it, and if you're playing Heartsteel, if you don't afford to it, you'll be too low because you'll be lose streaking until that point. So I mean, bot is good, but then you have an even shroud slam, and you have to slam suboptimal items for bot. He's good for sure. I mean, it depends. It depends on which component you choose to reforge here, because I think you should reforge the belt. Also, can you pause a bit? One thing you should consider is, instead of thinking headliners as these 2 cost, 3 cost, 4 cost headliners, think of the headliner as supplementing something you don't have on your board currently. So you already have a Jinx 2. No. So you already have a Jinx 2. That means your backline is relatively stronger. But your frontline is all 1-star, and they have no traits that give them inherent frontline synergies. So in these cases, you already have a slammed item. So like that's the main thing. The only slammed item you have is on a 1 cost also. So in these cases, any frontline chosen is way better than a backline chosen, because you're playing too much into the backlines. It's like, let's say you get, instead of this, you get a Senna or a Philios chosen. Now, even though your backline is really strong, your frontline can't sustain the backline. They'll just fall over, and the enemy with a 1-star Jinx might beat you if they have 2-star Pantheon, a Mumu. Like, for example, it's just, even if you have the best, it's the same thing with endgame. Like, even if you have Ezreal 2, Jhin 2, Lucian 2, if your frontline is Zac 1, Illaoi 1, Set 1, you probably lose the game and go 8th. Same thing here. Yeah. Let's move on. Also, unless you're like raise the stakes, holding to 3 components like this is kind of bad. In this case, it's fine because you're going to augment next round. Because and in that augment round, you might see something that's like a better augment that can affect your item economy. So I like it here, but for sure you shouldn't hold 3 components on bench. I mean, you won. It's fine. I think you should reforge the belt and decide. And like, if you get a defensive component, you can. Okay, let's see what you do. Okay, pause a bit. Item is, in theory, again, item is good, but if you get an AP item, since you have the reforge, I guess it's fine. But when you're playing Heartsteel, the only unit that can use AP items is Ziggs. And usually you don't have the luxury of playing around Ziggs until level 9. Or even on 8, it's kind of hard to fit him in. Then you have to play Bard MF. And you have to drop Zed, I think. I mean, you could drop Ezreal, and... Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. True. And then you find a better carry than Zed when you find Yorick. Yeah. I mean that can work. But it's kind of risky. Like if you don't hit Ziggs, then you're kind of doomed. I mean, also you don't have to play what do you call the thing from this spot? Heartsteel. Like you have Even Shroud, you can play like let's say you get an AP item, then you can go tier item on Karthus and play Karthus Viego still. So it's not the end of the world. But if you're just playing Heartsteel, you should always grab a combat augment here because once you start stabilizing, you need all the help you can get so you don't lose any further rounds because you already going to be so low in HP. I mean, in this game you're kind of healthy, surprisingly, considering what your board looks like. Yeah, exactly. So you should always take a combat. Like Vampirism is SSS here because Heartsteel wants to lose and you get low, and it has a huge payoff because of the cash outs. And Healing Orbs is like low eval. Like you're not if it's a Z carry, Healing Orbs is a bit better, I'd say. But even then, Vampirism is just way better. Yeah, let's see. I mean, you can see the stats, right? Like how good it is. Okay. We already won, so oh man, if you grab that K'Sante Chosen, have 5 hearts here. Oh wait, did we roll? That's bad. I mean, you got pay like you got. I mean, you got a payoff, but it's still really bad roll there. If you didn't hit anything, you just waste your roll. I think. Yeah, but I think once you hit the Aphelios 2, K'Sante 2, it's like you hit a Chosen. You don't really care at that point. Also, you could play Yone instead of the Jinx. Because I think your backline is fine after hitting the Kai'Sa. I mean, it's fine. Jinx 2 is Jinx 2. It's pretty good. It's more utility. The crowd diver also helps Jinx and I mean the backline. Also here you could play Yone and sell both MF and Jinx because MF is really easy to find. Like it's so easy, so you don't have to keep her. Just make here is where you should prioritize econ over the units because it doesn't make sense to hold the MF. If it's like a one cost that you need on your final board, it makes sense to hold because on level 8 finding one cost is hard, but MF is really easy to find usually. Also, Yone is also less valuable than he was in stage 2 because we're coming towards level 7 and 8 where it's really easy to find Yone Chosen. I mean, Yone in general. So you could consider selling them off, especially because you have the Chosen. I mean, Poppy's good. Amumu is really good as well. Red buff. Okay. I mean, blue buff is also okay, I guess. I think blue buff. Yeah, I think red buff is better. The reason is you can use, like, let's say you get another tier. Like you take tier, and on the next neutrals you get another tier. There are less ways to utilize a tier in this comp than a bow. Because if you get more bows, you can put Titan Z, Runan Z. What else? Those are pretty much it. But the thing is, you can use like you have open chain. Any more bows, you can go Titans. Yeah. Yeah, since you I mean, you can go to 2x and then stop during the rounds you roll. Also here, since you're on a 2 streak, you would have considered leveling up. No, it's fine. You won still. So, or you found Urgot again. No, it's fine. Like this. It's too late for Urgot, pretty much. Like Urgot is a beast stage 3. He starts falling off in stage 4. Also, consider grabbing this Ophidios as a replacement because you slam Belt. When you slam a component on a unit that's probably not your main carry or like even a support unit, you probably need to remake him unless you're going to reforge Belt. But Belt in general is a good item. Serax is good. Oh yeah, but let's say you hit Heartsteel Ezreal on your roll down, then you can have free 5 Heartsteel without rolling a single goal, just because you had the presence of mind. Keep Aphelios. And remember, our goal is not to stay on 8. Our goal is not to build a great board on 8. It's to go 9 with as much HP as you can have, and with Heartsteel in. And if you have 5 Heartsteel in going 9, that means you probably win the. Oh my god, you won the game already. Like if I have this bot and I saw this, like this is GG. You won. I mean, any match. Yeah. Any. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I mean, the fact that you hit this the delusion is so high roll. Oh, oh no no no. Here's the mistakes. All right, let's pause it. So you already have even shroud. So last whisper is not a big deal. The main thing is worst case you can slam TG. So I would say just just reforge this belt, see what it turns into. Save tier for blue buff. If you get a blue buff component from the reforge, great. And then if you don't get a BS sword, just make TG, play off the other crate for IE, and make Titans instead of Blast Whisper on Cassante. Then you cover all your bases. You have a Z item, you have the anti heal, you can still play for blue buff for Ezreal. And I think slamming the item on Lucian is also kind of risky because you want on 8 you want to play around your 4 cost first. You won't have infinite items. I mean, you have Stim Pack. I guess I should have kept that in mind. But yeah. But what if you get Rod? It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I mean it's okay. In TFT, you should always try to fucking what's it called? Control the variance you have on a situation. Pause a bit, so I can try to explain this. Um, like in nature, like the game just has so much RNG, right? It's just how it's designed. So if you add more variance to your decision making, you just add another layer of RNG that you have to bitch about. So by reforging 2 components instead of 1, you have no authority over what components you get. So like if you reforge 1, then you can decide which way you can slam the component you get reforged. But if you reforge 2, this last one can turn into a plethora of unreusable items in your comp. For example, Archangels. Like, what would you do with Archangels? Put it on Zac? I guess. Like that means you. Same thing with Chosens. It's better to take something that can be used rather than gambling, like the Kasante earlier. He's 1 star, but he's more usable than the Bard or the. I mean, you high rolled. You found the Kaisa in 1 roll, but it's also a lottery, right? So you manage to arrange yourself into a Kaisa instead of controlling the RNG you were given from the game. Yeah. Yeah, because TFT is not a game where you get a high rank through just skill. It's consistency as well. So you have to limit the variances on your end as much as possible. So along a span of 100 games, you will steadily climb. And knowing how to like make an eighth into a sixth is way better than knowing how to go first every game you can. I think going eighth is the worst thing you can do, and going first is not the best thing you can do. If you can go third or fourth every game, you will be the best CFD player to be better to play the game. Like if you can load into a game and say this game I'm going third and I'm not going anything below that, you will be the best CFD player, guaranteed. Maybe not in tournaments, but on ladder you will be the best CFD player. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's keep watching. Also, Heartsteel is one of those comps. You have so many resources that you can afford to slam a Thieves' Gloves. You will get the components, and yeah. And the comp has so many Thieves' Gloves holds, even like the Yorick is a good holder. So since that's the case, you can just slam it and then think about it once you get the components later on. Yeah, but the problem is, spot it here as well. The problem is, if you didn't slam the Last Whisper, you would have that glove, right? So for the IE component, that's the mistake you made, I guess. No, even though, yeah, like it's not more as in you slam the Last Whisper. It's just you kill the cloak, or like kill the glove, so you don't have the component to play around. Instead, if you slam Titans, you'd have more options. Does that make sense? Yes, it's more flexible. Exactly. Plus, you already have Even Shroud, so the value is like negligible at best. Okay, you got a good augment. Great. Okay, pause it here. Okay, go to your board and pause. Is okay. So usually when you have this much gold, because you also have gold in this chosen. That's like 5 gold there. You could consider going to 8 and rolling a bit to grab any chosen that's 4 cost that can stabilize you more than this. Because Heartsteel stabilizes on 4-2 usually. And if you 4-5 it, there's a high chance the Ezreals and Zeds are going to be taken out of the pool. So I recommend just going 8 right here. In theory makes sense, but the problem is on 4-2 it's an augment round, so you get a bit more time to do your transition, right? So next round, even though you do it, even if you're not fast enough, you probably don't have time to just straight up do your transition. Yeah, based on the scouting you did, you probably don't have to worry about that because there's only one guy and he was rolling on 7. The guy with blue buff, red buff. Here, look at the time. You just have 25 seconds. So you already have less time. I mean, especially if you're not comfortable with the comp, it takes so much. Oh, nice. This game is so high roll, by the way. It's crazy. I mean, you can play Yone. Since you don't have time, you can just play Yone and chill. Yeah, you got a bit dizzy, so you got stun lock there. It's fine. Like Heartsteel, it takes like a bit of getting used to, so you might have to just play a few more games, get to know the comp a bit better. I mean, right now you're just getting bailed out by the game, just hitting the poppies so crazy. The Lucian is also insane. So I think your board is just strong enough. You could go 9 here. Like you high roll so much, you don't even need Ezreal. You can just stay on this board, take good losses, Heartsteel losses, and then you could consider remaking this Cassante and finding a +1 that way, because you want the items on Poppy for sure, 100%. Let's see what you go for. Should be pretty obvious. It's IE or the Z. I mean, Z is pretty good as well. Z is insane, actually. If you have the Z pair, you have incentive to roll. But I still think too stable. Rod is really bad, actually. No. Okay. I mean, now you know. It's hindsight, but yeah. Oh. You okay? This is not a good game because it's not like you can't. You just natural everything. It's fine. You still learn, right? You still learned what you had to. Okay, IE, even Shroud. You can go Crown Guard actually. Oh, Steadfast is good. Reforged Rod then. Okay, I don't hate this. Notice how you're positioning though. The Poppy is too far away from your carries. There's a high chance the Yasuo might have just dashed to your backline. So keep in mind, like the Poppy is not covering your entire right side. So if there's someone wrapping around from the right side, they just have free access to your backline. It's not good. Also, you have Joe Lotus, so plus Vampirism. Your augments are turbo base. I don't think you have to roll a single time on 8 this game. Too stable. Hopefully you don't roll. Oh. Yeah, identifying your spot, like seeing, okay, like this is game losing. Okay, it's not game losing, I guess, because you just get dropped the best. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's a good choice to not take it because this hurts. Like this. No. Poppy, keeping the Poppy is good. It's just your choice to roll when you're already this stable is yeah, questionable at best. I mean, you also have incentive to lose, right? Your Heartsteel, plus you have Stimpak. So just work on identifying your spot. Also, selling the cannon is way better than selling the bard. So also keep it in mind when you're selling stuff to make econ, sell the useless stuff first. Keep the bard. Okay. Oh, you never replace Lucian. Lucian as a unit is just too strong. IMO. Oh, it's fine. I think Lucian 2 is stronger than S2 in the long run, and you should be playing for first in this spot. Also, right here, if I was in your spot, I would just slam the red buff on Lucian because he already has the 2 items, and the third item will supplement him. Like the items scale off each other, so when you have 2 items slam, the third item just amplifies all the stats given by that item. Okay, you can't. Okay, you high roll again. You got a blue buff, so you now you have slammable item Ezreal as well. I mean, there's nothing to learn. It's all luck. Oh no! I'm not saying we shouldn't watch this. I'm just saying TFT is not that much of a game of skill, I guess. Played. Okay. Here you should itemize Lucian with the last item or Poppy. Anyone. You shouldn't itemize Zed, I think. No. You should reforge the rod and see what you get. And then if you get Serax, you should go use it on Poppy and not Zed. As I said, the items, like these losses are completely fine. Yeah. I mean, again, if you combine and reforge it, you have less autonomy over your decisions. So keep it in mind. Also, this guy has 2 KDA spats, and he's first round. I think he won the game. That's your steam pack. Oh, please don't roll. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. The biggest mistake this game is, I guess, rolling when you're so stable already. Here, I would reforge. Okay, here is a different. Like, you can now reforge double rod because anyway you try to kill those components, you probably don't find a good way. You just slam Sterak's on Poppy and reforge double rod and slam Hodge on Zed, or I think Lucian is better. Okay, you slam the death cap on. I mean, this is also fine. It's just now it's playing into RNG. No, it's fine. Like, if this death cap reforge turns into something good, it's great. This is like the best of both worlds. Now we have triple amp Zed, triple amp Poppy, and Ezreal. Also, if you want to like cap out this game and beat the 10 KDA, you should already be thinking about playing for 3-star 4 costs. Like, you can't win the game normally because he has too much. Yeah. Please don't roll. Okay, you're thinking about going 9. That's good. Okay, you didn't reforce dead cap. Also, if you don't reforce dead cap, consider putting items like dead cap on a unit that can use it. Like Zac, for example, heals more with AP. And Set. MF has a really shitty scaling with AP. It's like almost nothing. I think the attack speed she gains scales up AP. Okay, playing Hearthstone, you can't get nervous. When you get like 30, 20, like making sure you're calm and try to go 9. You already would have been 9 if you didn't roll. So, but I'm just saying, if you had this spot and you didn't roll, you should also be willing to sack 1. Because if you go 9 here, you won't have gold to do anything. So Ezreal pair is good, Qiyana is good. Yeah, it's all good. It's also item on Zed. I just wish the Sterak's was not Poppy. Poppy's best item is Sterak's by far. Okay, you should have sacked 1 more. See, now you don't have any. Okay, I guess you had gold. My bad. Oh my god. This game has no skill. All luck. Like, you rolled 6 gold and got a Zac 2, Ezreal 2, and a Qiyana. What? Oh, I mean, you should take the Qiyana because you're playing around Zed pair and you don't have Crowd Dive in. Oh, you have Crowd Dive in. You can play Aphelios instead of Yone then. Because you have Jazz, you should have both thingies, traits. Also, Qiyana is like a good unit late game. Stealing a Warmog's Zob is good. I just wanted you to learn, like, get an idea on why you're losing. Oh my god! Like, why you're losing some games that, even though the guy said you should do this. I mean, some games you are doomed to stay on 8, but that game you were still so stable just off the fact that you had Poppy chosen and Lucian plus your augments. Yeah. Probably third Z item. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you should also position this fight. I mean, you lose it obviously because it's 10 KDA, but you probably can kill more than this if you didn't get your Ezreal just one shot. Also, Ezreal, you can put. Oh, no. You lose too much frontline. When you do this, you just lose way too much frontline. Plus, you don't have the blue buff on. Also, Jin without blue buff is not a unit. Or like Shojin, any mana Jin. You could even go Steadfast Jin. You just need some mana Jin. This game, maybe you lose it anyway because of 10 KDA, but I think you could for sure go top two with the spot you had. Mm, did you get what I was trying to get at? Because as long as you got that, I don't think we need to watch a VOD. We can just jump into one. Rushing hostile is fine, just not. I mean, this game is a bad example because you pretty much had good econ and HP and heart still in, so you did what I wanted you to do this game. But generally, it seems like what you're doing is just preying off loose streaking, which can be risky because you need to play for the win out. For, for example, if you play this game flawlessly, you could consider going for Poppy 3, and maybe it's enough. I don't know. 10 KD is kind of broken, so like the only way you win this game is getting something obscene, like 3-star 5 cost or 3-star 4 cost. You can't just win at a fair game. I don't think you win regardless. Even though with Kiana to Lucian to Yorick to like nothing beats it. Just need like yeah, something crazy like Poppy 3. Poppy 3 without setting a board, and you had like Lucian 2. Yeah. For that you need a lot of gold and time. So once you had the board stabilized and you win 9 with 50 gold, and once you're 1 HP, you can consider selling some of the weak units and just trying to go for Poppy 3, like all inning. It's hard. I'm not saying you could have done it. Even like I would have probably just taken the second and div. Some games are just unwinnable. I mean, every variation is has Lucian because the unit is just too strong. It just depends. If you don't hit Ezreal, you can drop MF. Like let's say you don't hit Ezreal at all, you can play around Akali, Kiana, or like Akali, Yone, and the main thing is if you don't hit Ezreal, you're probably not playing around 5 Heartsteel. And if you hit Ezreal, you should try to play around 5 Heartsteel while going 9. If you can't do that, it's fine. 3 Heartsteel and a good board, and go 9 is generally fine. But if you have like really good combat augments and everything upgraded on 8, there's a chance in masses usually it, you can just win on 8. You don't have to really worry about going 9. So like let's say Lucian, one Lucian, Ezreal 2, Z2, P2, Zac 2, and MF, and like a really good augment like last stand. You probably win on 8. Nah. The problem is that game, if you sold that Poppy, you would have no front line. Like the Poppy is the only thing that's keeping your backline in check. Uh, so in that specific game, also Poppy is just broken. Like as a unit, emo Poppy chosen is just completely busted. So I would never sell Poppy even on 9 unless I get like I don't know, maybe even Pop Hilao is not good enough. I don't know. I will keep Poppy. Yeah. Yeah, consider that. Keep it in mind. It's kind of okay. If there's no Kalis, this might be okay. I would put Ezreal on third row behind Zed because he dashes out and goes. Not there, not in the corner. Yeah, right there. No, no, right in front of that, right behind Zed. Exactly. Sounds good. And you could spread out MF to the other side, like two clump on this side. You could also put Yone on the other side of Poppy, like corner. Yeah, but then you're too clumped on one side of the board, and if there's another Ezreal, if there's Illaoi, this is fine. Also, have like if the tank items are on Zac, this is good. But if it's on Poppy, you should also bring Poppy towards Ezreal side. Yeah, like this is good. Also, you could consider middling the Lucian, like putting Lucian dead center. Oh no, your only front line is good. You kind of want him to die to crowd diver the back line. Yeah, I mean you get one from headliner, and sometimes you don't hit Poppy, right? So in those games, you can play. I mean, yeah, I think you always want Zac because Zac is just so stable. But Poppy is expensive. I mean, Yorick one is yeah. I mean, then you drop the Yone and play Aphelios or something. Oh yeah, you can do that. Okay, we can talk about that line as well. Take out Israel. You can go yeah. Take out Yone as well. You can go like no, you have Kiana for crowd diver. You can go like two hard steel units, any hard steel. Okay, I mean, Aphelios is fine. Like, let's say you didn't hit Israel. This is like a case where you. Okay. I mean, Yone is still fine, even though he's like, I think Yone is still fine. It's three crowd diver.